and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my January empties video and my first update for my one out, one in beauty project. So let's talk some trash, shall we? So how this is going to work is I am going to take you through all of the items that I used up during the month of January. I will be counting them up because my one out, one in project basically revolves around using up more items than I'm bringing in. I will also calculate total costs and things at the end. I'll put it on the screen because I haven't actually done it yet, but I've divided my empties up into categories and I'm going to go ahead and just run through them as quickly as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and start with makeup. I do have 5 makeup-ish empties because the first one is a little sponge. This is from Real Techniques. I had to go ahead and get rid of this because it was just starting to split. It has some tears in it and I get rid of them when that happens. So this is the first empty of 2024. I also have 2 black eyeliners in here. I didn't actually use them up. This first one is from Urban Decay. It is the Glide On Eye Pencil. The lead of this completely fell out all onto my bathroom floor, so I just got rid of it. I did not want to use it after that, so this one just didn't get used up. The other black eyeliner I had is from Clinique. It is their quick liner for eyes. However, this is very dry. I was really having to like dig it into my skin to get any color payoff, and I did not want to do that around my eyes. So I'm going ahead and throwing this one out as well, calling this one done because I'm definitely not going to use it. I also finished up an eyebrow pencil. This is from e.l.f. It is their Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and I cannot roll the product out anymore, so I'm calling it done. This was a carryover from my 10 items to use up before 2024 project, which I didn't finish, obviously, in December, but it is done now. I'm very happy to have this out of my collection. I really didn't like it. It's a pretty thick pencil, not my favorite. And the last makeup item that I have is a mascara. This is from Tower 28, and it is their Make Waves mascara. I did not like this. It has one of these curved brushes, which is fine, but the product just looked far too natural for my personal mascara tastes, so I would not repurchase this. This was just a little mini size because I wanted to try it out. I'm happy that I gave it a go because people do talk about it a lot, but it is just not for me. Next, we're gonna move on to skincare. I do have a nice, decent amount of skincare that I was able to use up. I purchased the Bean Essence from Mixsoon back in December, and when they sent it to me, they sent me 2 like mini sizes of one of their essence and their toners. So the first one is this Mixsoon Centella Asiatica Essence. It just came in this nice glass bottle. I quite liked this. It added a lot of hydration to my skin, so I actually purchased the full size back in December because even after like a handful of uses, I could tell a difference. So this is one that I have repurchased. I just didn't repurchase it in 2024, so you won't see it in any kind of update. And the other one that they sent me was the Centella Asiatica Toner, which again is also used up. It came in this nice glass bottle. These just did really nice things for my skin. So if you're looking for added hydration for your skin, check out Mixsoon. They are a Korean brand, and I've really liked the results of what these have done for me. Next up, I tried this Differin gel. This is for acne. I used Differin several years ago, but I used the cream. I'd been having a lot of breakouts, hormonal breakouts, and I was trying to see if Differin might have a better effect on them than my regular retinol. Ultimately, they do not because I think I'm so used to retinol that this just wasn't anything special in terms of what my skin felt. So I'm not going to repurchase this. I did like this little one though. It's a month's worth of use. You get 1 pump per day. So it was nice that it like divvied it out for you. You didn't have to think about how much product you needed. and I liked the texture. I didn't get any dryness or anything from it, but again, I am used to a retinol, so I won't be repurchasing this because I just didn't see any difference. I have a sunscreen here. This is the Australian Gold Botanical 50 Tinted Face Sunscreen. It is super messy because it is tinted. I did cut it open to get every little bit out of it. Make sure you're doing that with your sunscreen, y'all. I'm not kidding. You get so many days worth of use by cutting it open that just does not squeeze out. So make sure you're cutting your sunscreens open. This one is fine. I enjoy it, but my favorite sunscreen is still the one from Supergoop. It is the matte screen sunscreen. It's so expensive for the amount of product you get that I haven't purchased it. This one was decent. It was fine. I didn't actually repurchase this though, because this one was actually sold out when I went to the store, so I picked up something else. And I could see myself going back to this, but it is super messy, as you can probably tell on the packaging. And I didn't necessarily love the texture. So it's still not anything that I'm like 100% sold on, but it was decent. And the last skincare item that I have is this Acure Radically Rejuvenating Niacinamide Serum. It looks like this. I typically like to have a niacinamide in my routine. However, when I purchased the full size of the Mixsoon products, I did the 3 essence set, and one of them has an ingredient that's supposed to be comparable to niacinamide, so I haven't picked up anything new yet, and I'm not actually starting those essences until I finish up my First Aid Beauty Toner, so I have not purchased a new niacinamide. I could see myself going back to this one because I do like the texture, but I'm looking forward to kind of trying that essence out from Mixsoon to see how comparable it is. Next up, let's talk about hair care. I do have 3 hair care items. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with one that is a carryover from my 10 items to use up before 2024 project, and that is this Eva NYC Satin Dream Smoothing Leave-In. It looks like this. It has a pump. This was fine. However, this is supposed to be applied on damp hair. Doesn't work for me and how my routine works. I was using it on soaking wet hair. It was fine, but I don't know that it did anything, so I won't be repurchasing. I also went through a hairspray. This is the Sebastian Shaper Plus hairspray. This is probably my favorite hairspray of all time. I lost the lid a long time ago. However, this one contains alcohol, and I'm trying to be a little bit nicer, kinder to my hair. So I have purchased an alcohol-free hairspray. It's not here yet. I actually finished this on the last day of January, so the replacement won't count in January's items, but I will talk about it in February. It's not here yet, but this is nice if you don't mind alcohol in your hairspray. I quite like this. You get like a nice touchable hold. It is kind of expensive, so look for sales at Ulta, but yeah, it's probably my favorite hairspray. I'm just not going to be using it since I want to try something that's alcohol-free. The last hair care item that I have is actually one from my Project Pans. This is a little bit of a spoiler. This is the Oribe Airbrush Root Touch-Up Spray. It looks like this. I finished this off in January, and I will not be repurchasing. Honestly, I don't think that this would be much of a touch-up just based on the texture of it, the way it applied to my hair. So I would just skip this. Oribe is very expensive, and I'm pretty sure you could probably find something less expensive that probably works better. So this was nice to use up because it was sitting around in my cabinet taking up space, but it's not something I will be repurchasing. Next up, let's talk about body care. I have quite a few body care items. The first one is this Raw Sugar Simply Hand Wash Cold Pressed in raw coconut and mango. It looks like this. This is probably my favorite hand soap of all time. They have a bunch of different scents, and I've repurchased this many, many times. However, I have something different in my bathroom right now because when I went to the store, I couldn't find any more of these, but I could easily see myself going back to this at some point. It is a very nice hand soap that does not dry out my skin. Next up, I have this Johnson's Aloe and Vitamin E powder. It's just a baby powder. It looks like this. I use this to help with chafing. I put it in my shoes. This one's gone. I've replaced it with like the Target Up and Up brand of it, which you'll see in a minute because this is part of my one out, one in project. So this one's done. Next, I have an item from my 10 items to use up before 2024 project. You can see where this is going. This is the Kopari KP Body Bumps Be Gone Body Scrub. I did cut it open to get everything out of it. I quite liked this. This is finely milled. I don't know that it necessarily helps with like KP or anything like that. I like a scrub to help with ingrown hairs. So this one was really, really nice though. I could see myself repurchasing it, but right now I'm using up the scrub from Tree Hut that's in my shower. It is a sugar scrub, not my favorite. I really have realized I prefer the more finely milled scrub. So there's this one. I've also used one from Venus. I also want to give the one from First Aid Beauty a try. So I will not be repurchasing this one again yet, but I could see myself going back to it if it turns out that this actually was the best one for my skin. The next item is again from that 10 items to use up before 2024 project. You'll note though that I did get everything used up at least in the month of January, so hooray for that, even if I didn't get it done in that project. But this is the Dr. Scholl's Ultra Hydrating Foot Cream. I was using this as a hand cream. I did not cut this open because this is incredibly messy. When it gets exposed to air, it gets this kind of crusty, see, you can see one that just fell off. It's just gross. So I didn't cut it open. I didn't want to expose whatever was left inside to the air because I felt like that would just completely mess up the texture. I will not be repurchasing this. I didn't like it. I didn't really feel like it did much of anything. It says it's supposed to heal and moisturize. I don't think it did that, so I would not recommend it. And then I have a perfume, which was in my 2023 Project Pan that I did use up in January. This is the Coach Poppy Wildflower Eau de Parfum. You can see it had its lines right here from that Project Pan. I did finish this up in January. It was a nice wintry scent. It's really, really lovely, but I don't think they have any of these scents available anymore, and which is kind of a bummer because they are all really nice scents. The only complaint is they don't last all day, but this was a nice one to put on in the morning. I really liked the scent and I'm happy to have used it up. I have one more remaining like rollerball perfume from Coach because it came in a 3 set. That one is currently in my 2024 Project Pan, but hopefully I can get that one used up over the course of the next few months as well because I have a ton of perfumes in my collection that I'm trying to get through. Next up, I have this aromatherapy mineral bath. This is from Aura Cassia. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly at all. Here it is right here. I saw this at my local grocery store. I actually didn't know what Lang Lang, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, smelled like, but I don't love it. So I used this up. It was fine. It didn't really do anything. It says, dissolve contents into running bath water, climb in and bliss out. But if you don't like the scent, you're not really blissing out. So this was a nice experiment. I know now that this is not a scent that I enjoy, so I will avoid it in the future. And then the final body care type item that I have are these Summer's Eve fragrance-free daily gentle cloths. They come like this. I use these a lot just for like cleaning up, like if I'm sweaty or things like that. So I went through this. I did like that they were fragrance-free. The cloths were kind of small, smaller than I'm necessarily used to, but they still were fine. You get 32 in a pack, so they lasted a long time. Again, I liked that they were fragrance-free. I have enough products that are fragrance that I didn't really need to add anything else. So yeah, these were fine. I could see myself repurchasing them again in the future. And we're down to the final category of items, which are like supplements, vitamins, that kind of stuff. So first I'm going to start off with my allergy medicine. This is the Zyrtec liquid gels. I've talked about these. I flipped between this brand name one and the one from the Target brand, the Up and Up ones. However, they have not had the Up and Up ones in a couple of months at Target, or at least not when I've needed them. So I did replace this with the same exact thing. It's the only allergy medicine that really works for me. I also went through another bottle of the EU Natural Urinary Harmony. I've talked about these as well. I am prone to UTIs. I really think that this has helped because I have not had one since I've started taking this. So just putting that out there. If you also suffer from UTIs, maybe check this out. But I do have another one of these in my cabinet because I do have this on like a subscribe and save thing from Amazon. I also used up these Health by Habit Women's Multi Gummy Vitamins, which came like this. I won't be repurchasing these. I didn't like the flavor and I don't really think they do anything. I've tried a couple different gummy vitamins now over the past couple months and I just don't see any difference. So I will not be repurchasing these or any other gummy vitamin in the future. Speaking of gummy vitamin-ish type things, I have this Goli pre and post probiotics gummies. These did nothing. Avoid them. It's just a money suck. I'm actually not sure that this brand really does anything. I know they have like really pretty minimal looking packaging, but I will not be repurchasing these. I just don't think they did anything and they're not worth the money. And then I have another bottle of these Flow Ovarian Support Vitamin Capsules, which come like this. I am now on my 3rd bottle of these, and this has helped even out my cycle, which is basically what I wanted them for. There are other things that this is supposed to do as well that I don't think has worked for me, but the fact that it's gotten me back on my correct cycle is what I really needed them to do. So I will continue to take these, and if you are having issues, I think particularly if you're prone to like PCOS or something like that, this might be worth checking out. But yes, I will continue to purchase this because I do think it helped me overall. And that's it, y'all. That is the empties portion of this video. So let me go ahead and count all of this up, and then we'll get into my new purchases for the month of January. Okay, so I used up 24 different items in the month of January, which I think is very, very good. Now, when I do this recap of my 1 out, 1 in project, I am not going to be including supplements, that kind of stuff. So those are not included in this. I am solely tracking beauty products, not health products. So just keep that in mind. That means that I have only added 5 products into my collection in January. So I'm gonna go ahead and run through them. 2 of them kind of go hand in hand. They kind of fall into my health category because I picked both of them up because I was dealing with excessive dryness on my neck to the point where I was like scratching it raw. So I saw James Welsh talking about a product, or rather an ingredient called hypochlorous acid. I did a little bit of research into that, and I realized that it's good for like any kind of inflammation or irritation. So I picked up this BrioTech skin spray from Amazon. It contains hypochlorous acid, and this has really helped a lot with the itchy. Now I'm combining this with this Cetaphil Eczema Restoraderm Flare Up Relief Cream. That's a mouthful. It looks like this. So I'm putting both of these together on my neck, and I've noticed a huge difference. I'm still itchy every once in a while, particularly if I have to wear a scarf or if I have like a higher neck sweater, but I'm always kind of itchy with that. I'm kind of sensitive to wool. But these 2 products together have made a huge difference in the itchiness and the dryness of my neck. So I'm very happy that I picked these up. It does add 2 more products into my collection, but it was worth it. This can also be used on your face to help with acne, so I've been using it in that way as well. And these 2 products were just lifesavers. They've made a huge difference, so I'm glad I went ahead and picked those up. Next up, I have 2 replacement items. So I have another thing of baby powder. Again, this is from Up and Up. It's the pure cornstarch baby powder, and it looks like this. It's basically the Target brand of the Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. This was significantly less expensive, so I went ahead and picked this one up as well as a replacement. And then the other replacement was an eyebrow pencil. This one is from Maybelline. It is the Express Brow Ultra Slim pencil because, as I mentioned, the e.l.f. one was so thick I just did not like it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it out just a little bit so you can see how thin this is. I love it. I particularly use it in the arch of my brows because you can put very realistic looking hairline strokes with it because it's so thin. So this is the eyebrow pencil that I picked up in place of the one from e.l.f. And the final item that I picked up was not a replacement. This is an additional product that I'm bringing into my hair care routine, but it is a mousse. This is from AG Hair Care. It is called their Mousse Gel. It is the Extra Firm Curl Retention Mousse. It says it defines curls, firm hold, high shine, and I would agree. Adding this into my routine has made a big difference in how my hair holds its waves / curls. I have had some really nice hair days with this. I'm going to actually put a picture right here of one day where I was particularly pleased with the results. And I actually forgot to use this the last time I washed my hair, and I could tell a difference. So This is second day hair from that wash. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look as good as it did when I used this mousse. So I definitely think that this was worth picking up. This is more expensive. I am not sure if this is Curly Girl Method approved. I don't know the ingredients well enough to like speak to those. I don't see anything that says it's got a silicone in it, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other ingredients in here that do. So if you're fully Curly Girl Method, make sure you're checking ingredients, but this has been amazing. I could easily see myself repurchasing this. I don't need very much, one little pump. It foams up nicely and it's just done really nice things for my hair. So I'm super happy that I picked this one up. So as I said, I used up 24 items in January and I'm only bringing 5 of them in. So definitely I'm on the positive here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the totals of how much my empties are worth and then how much I spent on the new items here on the screen for you. But I'm very pleased with this nice start to the year. I've been able to use up some products that have been hanging around in my cabinets for a very long time, and I'm hoping that that will continue throughout the year and I can get rid of all of the extraneous items that I just don't need, which is the ultimate goal for me in 2024. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.